All right, today on The Explainer, we're diving into something really interesting. It's a startup out of Lucknow, and their mission, well, it's huge. They want to kickstart a digital revolution, and they're starting with the smallest businesses in India.
You know, this right here, this isn't just some corporate mission statement. It's a real declaration of intent. I mean, look at it, a global AI revolution. They're not just aiming to build an app, they're talking about starting a whole movement. So you gotta ask, right? What's the master plan?
Okay, so before we get into the nuts and bolts of their plan, we really need to get a grip on the problem they're trying to solve. Let's dive into the why behind this whole thing.
So look at this number, 63 million plus. That's how many micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSMEs, are out there. These are the absolute backbone of India's economy. We're talking about your local Corona store, the tailor down the street, the vendor you buy snacks from. They're literally everywhere. But here's the thing. For all their numbers, they're all facing one huge common problem.
And that problem is what we call the digital divide. I mean, for millions of these business owners, tech isn't helping them. It's a wall. The platforms out there, way too expensive. The technical skills you need, they just don't have them. And getting help from government schemes, good luck even knowing they exist. This right here, this is the exact gap that Sudarshan AI Labs is jumping into.
So what's their solution? Well, it's all built on this idea they call Swadeshi AI. Now, what does that mean? It's about creating technology right here in India for India. It's not about copying what works somewhere else. It's about building homegrown, self-reliant tech that's actually affordable and easy to use for the very specific needs you find across the country. And, this lines up perfectly with that national push for a self-reliant India or Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Okay, so it's a great mission, a really noble idea. But how do they make money? How does this actually work as a business? Well, that brings us to the how. And let me tell you, this is where their model gets really, really clever.
89 rupees. Just let that sink in. That's it. That's their starting price. For less than what you'd pay for a movie ticket, they can get a small business up and running online. This number, it's not just a price. It's their entire strategy. It's the hook to make going digital something you just can't say no to. So you're probably wondering, how on earth can they offer something for just 89 rupees? And the answer is pretty brilliant. It's this self-sustaining engine they've built. Okay, check this out. Step 1, they train young people with real, practical AI skills. Step 2, these same students, now interns, start working on actual projects that make money. They're literally building the software the company sells. Step 3, this creates all these low-cost AI tools for the market. And step 4, it becomes this amazing cycle where education creates the product and the product sales pay for more education. It just keeps feeding itself.
And this is the absolute key to the whole thing. They've totally flipped the script. Most companies see training as a cost, right? Something they have to spend money on. Sudarshan AI Labs turned it into their revenue engine. For them, the students, the interns, that is their workforce. It's an incredible idea, and it's the only way they can even think about achieving their crazy big goals, like training 500,000 youth and digitizing millions of businesses.
All right, so we've got the why and the how. Now let's get to the what. What are they actually building? What are these tools that India's farmers and shopkeepers are going to use?
Well, let's start with farming. The change they're aiming for here is just huge. Think about it. We're going from the old way, relying on guesswork, maybe some outdated advice, to a whole new world of AI-powered farming. We're talking real-time data, predictive insights, and the best part, it's all delivered through voice commands in local languages right on a farmer's phone.
So let's meet the tool. It's called Kisan Sati AI, which basically means farmer's companion. And this isn't some high-tech, complicated thing. It's incredibly practical. A farmer can literally ask it, in Hindi or Awadhi, what should I plant, and it'll give a recommendation based on the local soil. Or they can just snap a picture of a sick plant, and the AI will tell them what's wrong with it. Plus, they get weather alerts, current market prices, all just by talking to their phone.
Okay, so that's for the farmers. But what about the shopkeepers? Well, next up, they're going after the 15 million plus Kiranas. The local corner stores you see everywhere.
For them, they've built Kirana Kranti AI, which you could call the retail revolution. It's basically a smart sidekick for every shop owner.
And again, the features are just so practical. It's brilliant. A shop owner can take a picture of their handwritten sales notebook and boom, the AI digitizes everything. Then it gives them an action plan, a simple to-do list for tomorrow. Want to sell online? One click and you've got a store on WhatsApp. You can even send out automated promos to customers and keep an eye on what your competitors are charging. It's all about taking really powerful tech and making it dead simple to use.
So they've got these amazing tools for farmers and for shopkeepers. But what's the grand plan? Where does this all lead? Let's zoom out and look at their roadmap to the future. Their plan is all about starting small and scaling smart. So in the first 3 to 6 months, they're launching pilot projects right there in Lucknow to make sure everything works. Then, over the next year and a half, they'll expand across the entire state of Uttar Pradesh. And from there, it's a nationwide rollout. They're even looking at taking this model to other emerging markets around the world. And of course, their financial goals are just as big. They're projecting growth from 2.5 crore rupees in the first year to over 100 crores by year 5. Now, that's not just some number on a spreadsheet. That's a huge vote of confidence in the size of the market they're going after. It shows they believe this is a massive, untapped opportunity.
But honestly, forget the revenue for a second. This, right here, is what it's all about. This is the human impact. It all comes back to their why. Empowering 500,000 young people with real AI skills, helping 200,000 farmers by 2026, bringing millions of small businesses into the digital world. Their ultimate goal? To reach 600 million people in India? It's just incredible. So let's wrap this up. What's the big takeaway here? When you look at a project like this, what does it really tell us about the future of digital India?
You know, when you boil it all down, it's a pretty amazing story. It starts with something as simple as a line of code, and it scales up into a vision to change the lives of millions. This is what a grassroots, digital-age, nation-building project looks like.
And that leaves us with one big final question. Can a grassroots AI revolution, one that's built on this idea of self-reliance, actually reshape an entire nation's economy? Sudarshan AI Labs is betting everything that it can. Their whole belief is that if you make technology cheap, easy, and built for local people, you can do way more than just build a successful company. You can build an economy from the ground up, and you can bet the world will be watching to see if they're right.